Jaron-Keawe, Songapolatelli, the quarterback, feels the rush from Smith, lets it fly, and uncorks a beauty. Come on now. Songapolatelli checks back in. De Jesus motions out. It goes to De Jesus. He gets a block, and we've got ACC upheaval. De Jesus scores. 3rd and goal from the 15. 11th play of the drive. The freshman, go up and get it, why don't you? Cole Basha. First touchdown catch of the season. He ain't ever forgetting that one. Fourth quarter, here we go. Songapolatelli looking end zone. Got him! Karan Adams. Songapolatelli, second glance, goes to Raphael. Raphael's got burners down the sideline. The hurdle. Cal pulling out everything to try to upend SMU. Raphael to the edge. No! Yes! Second effort. Kendrick Raphael rolls in. Are you kidding me?
You know it! Why? You tell a story! Why? You tell the whole damn world this is bad territory! You know it! Why? You tell a story! Why? You tell the whole damn world this is bad territory! You know it! Why? You tell a story! Why? You tell the whole damn world this is bad territory!
Now that's what I'm talking about. Well, Cal fans, I got to tell you, this season has certainly been a roller coaster ride. And what a fantastic way to send off our seniors at Memorial Stadium. The Golden Bears came to play on Saturday night, and boy, did they put on a show. Welcome to Tell the Whole Damn World in our weekly football recap episode. It's Monday, December 1st, 2025, and after beating number 21 ranked SMU 38-35 in a thrilling nationally televised contest, I can confirm it's another great day to be a Bear. I'm your host, Reza Serafinejad. We appreciate you tuning in. We're the podcast that celebrates all things Cal. We produce on-camera interviews with the prominent people associated with UC Berkeley, known to many as the center of the universe. And we share stories about the rich history and traditions of the University of California. We hope to put a smile on your face and help you come away feeling good about your connection to the greatest university on the planet. Please tell all your friends about us. You can share us on social media, and please remember that if you missed any of our previous featured guest or Cal History episodes over the past year, you can simply go to tellthewholedamnworld.com to view our entire episode library. And I want to thank all of you who tuned in to our live stream instant recap on Saturday night after the game. We want to give another shout out to everyone at Headlands Brewing on Lower Sproul for their hospitality. That was a lot of fun to do. And we'll have more live streams coming to you this season prior to some of the high-profile games coming up for both men's and women's basketball. So please tune in to check us out. Now let me bring in my co-hosts, Ahmad Anderson and David Ortega, two Cal Hall of Fame football players to talk about the game. As you all know, Ahmad is a former defensive back who created Bear territory when he was on the 1982 Cal team, and David Ortega racked up an astounding 525 tackles in his playing career to cement his legacy as the all-time leading tackler in Cal history. And guys, that game Saturday night, what a great way to end the regular season, right? I'm just going to kick things off and just keep talking here, but I want to congratulate interim head coach Nick Rolovich. I was in the press conference when he was asked about the post-game celebration, and he had this to say about it. You saw an explosion of love and appreciation.
And that's appropriate because what are these kids playing for? You know, you lose your coach, you got a new coach, you got senior day. And when senior day comes, you really want to send your seniors out with a win. And our team seemed to do that. They seem to be doing it for Justin Wilcox because of the guy that put him in that position to allow them to come and play at and study at the University of California. But also for their teammates and for their seniors and for the new coach, Rolovich, who came into a tough situation and is driving the truck. He says, "Get on the bus, let's go." And that's what they did. And they seem to have a little bit of weight off their shoulders and have with a little bit more spring and a little bit more just go with it, right? So sometimes when you stop thinking about everything and you just go play, it's so much more fun and it's easy to just kind of roll with what you're doing. And I think that's what some of our players were doing, and I just appreciated it. I love that Javier Plummer came out with that touchdown. Jaron-Keawe, Sungapolotele is just the man. He is one of the best young quarterbacks I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of quarterbacks, and I don't like to put that out there much, but he is worth our investment in whatever we need to do to keep him at Cal. And I just think that Jacob DeJesus, Aiden Kiana, he is a great inside. TJ Bowlers, I mean, those guys inside were rocks. So I love watching it. And Kendrick Raphael, another great game.
Look here, I got to tell you, I said off air to you all earlier, I got back and forth with a Bear alum about who were they playing that game for. He'd never see them play like that, enthusiasm or resilience when Wilcox was the coach. I was like, first of all, one game. Second of all, those guys who came together because they looked at each other and said, this is about grinding. This is about unity. This is about teamwork. This is about success. That's guts, baby. And they pulled that out. And they had to go to the wall on numerous occasions throughout the game. And they pulled that out. They're not thinking about that guy that's running around with the headphones and sending in the signals and whatever. They're thinking about making the play, thinking about, I'm going to be the one to make the play right now. And they did it. Say what you want, miss field goal or not. That game was won in the beginning of the game, the way that they came out battling from start to finish and said, today will not be that day. Today is Bear territory all day, every day, baby. That's winning.
That's right.
Right on, man.
Absolutely. When I looked at it, I was a little, went into the game thinking, oh gosh, they're 13.5-point favorites. SMU has everything to play for in front of them. If they beat us, they go to the ACC championship game. So, coming off of losing to Stanford, especially in the manner in which we lost to Stanford, and losing your head coach, right? It's no surprise that the spread was as wide as it was because, not many people gave us any real chance in this game, but we came to play. And I tweeted out something right around halftime. I was like, Cal fans, guess what? Your Golden Bears, our Golden Bears came ready to play tonight. And it was just so inspiring and great to see because we've always known that this team has the potential to do great things, right? They now have knocked off 2 top 25 teams this season, Louisville and SMU, right? And, I can't say enough about the resiliency of this team. And then also what you have been saying, Shark and Ahmad, week after week in all of these weekly recaps that, okay, it's coaching to some degree. You want to make sure that you're putting your players in the right position to be successful. But at the end of the day, it's about the players playing for each other, right? Playing for your brother and having that camaraderie to not let your teammates down and to pull together to do whatever it takes to come out with a victory. And that's what I saw out on the field. And I've just been beaming ever since because I'm just so proud and happy that team came out and showed what it could do in a nationally televised game again, and to come out and to beat an SMU team again that if they had beaten us, they would be in the ACC championship game
and a possible playoff spot. So here's where I was going with this is when you see them come out in the first half, they got up on us 7-3. Then all of a sudden our kids just said, you know what, screw it. We're just going to play the game. Let's go. It seemed to let the weight off their shoulders and just go play. Our defense was playing fast. Our defense was playing hard. Our defense was tackling. We were going down the field like we weren't trying to get first down. We were just trying to get down the field and score. And we were making plays. It was fantastic. No issue. As soon as they started their run to come back, we tightened up. Yeah. And that's a part about this team that the next coach has to make sure that they get away from that. Step on their throat when you have them 31-7. Step on their throat. Have drives that take time put in and which we did, which was fantastic. I thought our offensive line might have played their best game, and I want to give it up to the coaches who put Williams and Akili Calhoun at tight ends with 80s and 40 numbers and blocking people. We had some great blockers out there, so we had the run game going, and I love that. But we can't tighten up. That's the part that sometimes gets us. We start to think about it too much, and all of a sudden they're in that speed mode, and we couldn't quite keep up, which we should have. And I know we could have. But people get a little undecisive when they tighten up, and it showed during that time period. But luckily, we come back on offense, no sweat. We were just rolling. And you could see it in their eyes. I knew we were going to score, and I was just hoping that we didn't score too quickly to give them more time. So, you know what, though? We'll take it. We love it. I love the resilience because I just think the kids played for themselves and played for their seniors and played for each other. I've always said, if you play for the coaches, you're going to be good. If you play for each other, you have the opportunity to be great.
Yeah.
So play for each other, hold your brothers back, hold the rope. Jeff Tedford used to tell a story. If you have one handle on the rope and your teammate has to grasp off the side of the cliff to grab that other part of the rope, you're going to pull him up and you can never let go. That's what's called holding the rope. You are a teammate through and through, and you are going to pull your teammate through whatever mess there is. Right. And you pull each other each way, and you hold the rope. That's your responsibility, and that's his responsibility. And if you both do that, you will be successful.
Look here, play to win, not to keep from losing. And so I was sort of conflicted, right? I wanted them to score, but I didn't want them to score right away because I wanted to manage the clock in my mind, sitting there on the field thinking about it. But at the same time, I was like, this is the point. This is the point. Play to win, not to keep from losing, and punch them right now. Let them know if you're thinking about coming back. The mindset for them at SMU was, Cal. We beat them last year. We're going to the championship game. I felt like it was back in 1980 when we took peaches on the field when we beat Stanford and they were supposed to go to the Peach Bowl. So their minds were looking past us. But then every team gets in that situation where we've been here before. Or and you start looking around for who's going to make the play. Look in the mirror. That guy's right there. Do what you need to do. And I tell you, I look at the tackles that Aiden had, or, 6 solo tackles. It just kept building, and tackles for loss. With Cade, right when we needed it. I mean, things happened right when we needed it. It wasn't just like one-off. And that was just like building the log cabin. Everything just began to fit, and boom, there we were, front and center. Not worried about things. Everybody in the U Club, they were like this. One woman told me, an alum, and she said, we're going to lose. I said, the doors are open downstairs. You can still leave. So you're on the wrong side of the sideline, my friend. Stop playing. If that's where you're at, then be that way outside. Don't be up in the Bears territory, not in this cave right now, because the Bears are hungry.
That's right. I was sitting next to a friend and he kept on saying, well, we got to be up by 3 scores. We got to be up by 3 scores. It was just this kind of overwhelming sense of dread that, whatever lead that we were able to forge wouldn't be safe enough. And sure enough, it's like your thoughts are very powerful, right? If enough Cal fans keep worrying about, oh my God, the floor is going to drop out from under us. Well, that's kind of like what happened, especially there in the fourth quarter. Like you mentioned there, Sharky, there was like fireworks in the fourth quarter. We couldn't stop them. They scored 21 points. But I was just like you, Shark, there at the end where I felt like, okay, let them score. I'm not really worried about it because I know with Jaron-Keawe, Sanga leading our team down the field, knowing that we need a touchdown to win this game, he's going to get it done. He's going to find a way for us to score that touchdown. You give us 4 downs at home? Oh, we're going to score that winning touchdown, right? And my only concern was like you. I was a little concerned that maybe we left, even with 43 seconds left. I was like, ooh, because the way that it was going, it was like that might still be enough time to come back and kick that field goal. And they got pretty close there on that field goal attempt. But again, just hats off to all of the seniors and everybody who came to play. I totally agree with you that Kendrick Raphael had, again, I mean, this guy is kind of an afterthought a little bit, I think, by most people, but you have to appreciate what this young man has done. He carried the team on his back. 33 rushes for 111 yards, scored the game-winning touchdown. And the offensive line really came to play. We gave up 0 sacks against a team that I don't know if they led the ACC or they were. Yeah, they led the ACC in sacks, and we gave up 0 sacks. And on the other side of things, on defense, Aiden Monetai had his very first career interception, which was great to see. And Chris Victor came up with a career high 2 sacks. And I think there was this chop block that was like that it was called originally, and then the refs picked up the flag, and even JJ Watt, I saw a tweet from him saying, "Can you believe that they picked up the flag on this chop? It was so obvious that it was a chop block."
That's the definition of a chop block. Oh my gosh!
I said, somebody check the dictionary with the encyclopedia. They would have seen a picture of that person. I said, what is this?
Right. Well, it was just like targeting on Fernando Mendoza last year, and talking about Miami game all over again. And we have
Virginia
a big lead.
Tech,
Here they come, and like, oh no, and everything. But this team found a way to win. And again, another thing, just a testament to the line play that we had. We held on to the ball for nearly 37 minutes in this game. I mean, that is just outstanding.
Especially compared to last week.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. All of this on the heels of what happened last week. I mean, it was just fantastic for the team to bounce back. And Nick Rolovich in that press conference, he was mentioning that not a lot was said about Wilcox leading up to the game, truthfully, because that question was asked directly. He said, really, it was more about playing for each other. Whoever the coach is, don't worry about that. Play for each other. And that was the thing that just really, you could see, that they didn't want to let their senior brothers in arms go out losers. I wanted to mention the 20 young men, the seniors. I'm going to call each of them out by name. Hopefully I pronounce their names correctly, but we got Drew Polidor, Brent Paco Austin, who's been outstanding this year, Zeke Masses, Jair Smith, Maze Bryant, Aiden Kiana Aina, TJ Bowlers, Nate Burrell, Zay Smith, Michael Luckhurst, Chase Myers, Jordan Spazovic, Mako, Bastian Sweeney, Akili Calhoun, Chris Victor, Brooke Onery Jr., Belay Brumel, Jeffrey Johnson, Tron Grizel, and Jacob De Jesus. And I got to just continue on with that. Yeah, that's right. Give them a little round of applause. Absolutely. They deserve it. And Jacob De Jesus, 12 catches for 97 yards and that touchdown in the second quarter. He now has 99 receptions on the year, only one shy of matching Damian Douglas's Cal record of 100 catches in a season. And what more can we say about Jaron, right? Jaron-Keawe, Sanga Politele. I don't necessarily like it when people call him just JKS. It feels like a cop-out to me, But I just love what this young man had. 31 of 40 for 330 yards, 4 touchdowns. He now has 3,117 yards this season to rank number 6 on Cal's all-time single-season list. He's the only true freshman in FBS history to start his collegiate career with 12 consecutive games of 200 or more yards passing. And
that's phenomenal.
Right? That's right.
Let me tell you one great thing about Jaron. The passes he makes leads the player to the play. None was more evident than when he threw a swing kind of a screen out to Kendrick Raphael, So Kendrick was looking back to him, right? And you want to throw that ball in front on his right shoulder, lead him to catch it and run. Now, that's a very dangerous pass because you have a defender right on the other side of a blocker. He threw that ball, led him forward. He catches the ball in stride and able to run outside of the block and down the sideline. He also did a wonderful job of hurdling that reminded me of Russell White, but it was a nice hurdle. And he got 30 yards on that play. But Jaron set that whole thing up with the perfect pass, setting him in motion to the direction he needed to go. And I've said that several times. He throws people open. And that is fantastic. The throw he made to Ron Adams in the end zone, the defender was in between him and the receiver, and Jaron couldn't throw it too high because he didn't have enough space. He would have thrown the kid out of the end zone. So he threw it on a line right over the defender, right into the hands of Adams. And that is a hard pass to make. It is a specialty type of pass that only certain people know how to put the right amount of juice on it with the right arc right into the hands of the other receiver. And that was a beautiful pass as well.
4 touchdowns. I mentioned the touchdown pass that Jacob DeJesus caught, but Javion Plummer with a 35-yard touchdown catch in the second quarter. Cole Basia with a 15-yard touchdown catch in the third quarter. And, shades of Dwight Clark. I mean, he rose up and clutched that ball, just plucked it out of the air. I mean, just an exceptional catch. And then he had another catch late in the fourth quarter to drive us down. He got us down to like the 5-yard line.
5-yard line, yeah.
Just exceptional. And just such a great young man, hearing him at the press conference as well. And then, you mentioned Ron Adams. I mean, man, that guy is fast. And I'm so glad that we found a way to get him involved in the offense. Because, that 32-yard touchdown catch that he had in the fourth quarter was just a thing of beauty. Again, it's just so great to see when our offense is clicking. It just made it so much fun for everybody who made it to the game. And I did knock, of course, the students because, they didn't show up. But, and then I got to thinking about it, and it's like, well, it is Thanksgiving. And it's so messed up that we have to play this game during Thanksgiving weekend. It always should be. Big game is the last game of the season, happens before Thanksgiving. That would all make a heck of a lot more sense. But, that's just the way it is, I guess, these days. And, but, can't, I mean, the attendance, just to give you a sense of it, was just under 29,000. And I tell you, it's like, I had never seen it that empty. So that was the only knock on things. But the people who were there, boy, were they treated to just a wonderful, wonderful way to close out the 2025 season at home. And now we wait for the bowl game. So really excited, happy to see what this team was able to put together this season.
Look, I'm just the way you end, you hope that is the engine towards how you begin. And I think the beginning has started. And we are up to the task. And we need to be able to reflect that in everything we do moving forward. Hopefully the bowl game coming up, this will be different than last year. I know that. So anybody who's in the way, get out the way.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ahmad. I think we really need to come with it at the bowl game. The last couple bowl games have been lackluster, to say the least. Last year we didn't have an offensive staff on our team, and
Right.
and a quarterback who had abandoned us, and so that's kind of the way it is, or the way it was. This game's going to be different. We're going to come out, and I want us to just take it to whoever it happens to be on the other sideline, because that's who we're playing. Let's go play it. No reason to mess around with anything else. This is our bowl game. Let's go have fun, and let's enjoy it. I've had a few great bowl games that are just super fun.
Yeah,
I've had a couple stinkers too, so we've all been there. But you know what? I'm proud of this team. I'm proud of the resilience. I'm proud of the seniors. Proud of all these kids. Congratulations to the 2025 Golden Bears. You guys come out with a winning record. You're going to a bowl game, and that's the goal at the beginning of the season to start with. So congratulations. You've at least reached a couple of your goals, and that's awesome.
Get your lunch before it's time to hibernate. That's what I want to say.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and it's a chance for this team to have an 8-win season, right? With
Right.
a bowl win. So, yeah, I'm certainly going to be looking forward to it. But we're going to wrap things up here. But thank you both so much, guys. I mean, I just love that we've been able to do these little weekly recaps. And Shark couldn't be more thankful to you for making the time these Sunday nights to put this all together. So, thank you. And thank you, Ahmad. I love you guys. So,
Love you too,
Love
brother.
you too, man.
well, that's going to wrap up our final regular season football recap episode. And as soon as we have an announcement made on whoever will be the new head coach for the California Golden Bears, you better believe we will release a special episode about that as quickly as we can. Thank you so much for tuning in. We sincerely appreciate all of you out there listening and watching. And remember, if you live in Richmond, please give your vote to my co-host, Ahmad Anderson, to be the next mayor of Richmond. There's no question he would do amazing things for the city of pride and purpose. This podcast is entirely a labor of love and a reflection of how much we love our university. Please help grow this podcast by telling the whole damn world about us. Just tell all your friends to go to tellthewholedamnworld.com. We celebrate all things Cal and the prominent people who are passionate about the University of California. Do you feel Cal is the center of the universe? Do you bleed blue and gold? We want you to tell the whole damn world about it. Go Bears!
Go Bears!
Awesome, guys. You want to say go Bears too? Say go Bears.
Go Bears.